Welcome back to Channel Value Quarter Dollar Your Life. Is this week diving into the fascinating world of Sacagawea Value iconic design story hidden treasure pieces. We explore the most valuable and expensive and ultra-rare coins, top 410 euro cent coins, shocking America coins, and different color shade coin collector, and investor 1 pound coins, dirty condition, seemingly ordinary coins could be worth thousands, dollar, or even lions of dollars today. So before you spend that old stick around, because you might be holding a fortune in your hands, first up, one coins. The 2003 Irish 10 euro cent coin is an early generation euro circulation coin from Ireland and is an interesting piece for both beginners and collectors of euro coinage. Ireland adopted the euro as its currency in 1999 for electronic and accounting purposes, while euro banknotes and coins entered everyday circulation on January 1st, 2002. The 2003 10-cent coin therefore belongs to the very first period of physical euro coinage in Ireland. Irish euro coins have a particularly distinctive national design because Ireland chose one common national motif for all 8 denominations: the Celtic Harp, accompanied by the Irish name of the country, Eire, and the year of issue. The Central Bank of Ireland confirms that this harp design was created by Irish artist Jarlath Hayes and was retained across the Irish euro series. The denomination of this coin is 10 cents, commonly called 10 euro cents or simply 10 cents. Its face value is 1/10 of €1. On the Irish national side, the central feature is the Celtic Harp, one of the best-known national symbols of Ireland. The harp has a long association with Irish history and culture, and was already familiar from earlier Irish coinage. The harp on the euro coins is not merely a decorative picture. It represents Irish national identity within the wider European currency system. To the left of the harp is the inscription Jari, which is the Irish language name for Ireland, while the year 2003 appears to the right. Around the design are the 12 5-pointed stars associated with the European Union. This combination of a national symbol, the Irish language country name, the date, and European stars makes the coin immediately recognizable as an Irish euro coin. The other side of the 2003 Irish 10-cent coin is the common European side used by the euro area countries at that time. It shows the denomination 10 euro cent together with a representation of Europe and other elements of the original euro common side design. The common side was designed by Luke Lewis, whose initials can be found on euro coin designs. The design used for the first-generation euro coins represented Europe before the enlargement of the European Union that took place during the early 2000s. The common side was subsequently changed to the 2007 redesign of the euro coins, so the 2003 Irish 10-cent piece belongs to the original pre-2007 common design. This is an important identification feature when comparing a 2003 example with an Irish 10-cent coin dated 2007 or later. In terms of physical specifications, the Irish 10-cent coin has a diameter of 19.75 millimeters, a thickness of 1.93 millimeters, and a standard weight of 4.10 grams. It is made from Nordic gold, the alloy used for the 10 cent, 20 cent, and 50 cent euro denominations. Despite its name, Nordic gold is not gold in the precious metal sense. It is a copper-based alloy consisting principally of copper with other metals added to achieve its distinctive appearance, durability, and resistance to corrosion. The coin therefore has a golden yellow appearance but does not contain precious gold. The edge is reeded, meaning that it has a series of small raised grooves around its circumference. These physical characteristics are useful when identifying a genuine coin and distinguishing the 10-cent denomination from a neighboring 5-cent and 20-cent coins. The 2003 date is especially interesting because Ireland produced substantially different quantities of its various euro denominations in that year. According to the Central Bank of Ireland's published mintage figures, Ireland produced approximately 133.82 million 10-cent coins dated 2003. A specialist catalog gives a total of approximately 133.885 million when circulation and uncirculated pieces are combined, including about 133.820 million circulation coins and 65,000 uncirculated examples. The central bank's later compilation of Irish euro coin mintages records 133,820,000 for the 2003 10-cent denomination. This mintage figure is important when discussing rarity. A coin with more than 133 million pieces produced is not normally considered a rare coin simply because it carries the 2003 date. It is an early Irish euro and may be attracted to collectors, but large production means that ordinary circulated examples are generally obtainable. Some online sources may describe the coin as scarce or assign a higher catalog price to an uncirculated example, but scarcity and market value are not the same thing. The condition of the particular coin, its provenance, whether it is part of an official set, and the demand among collectors can all influence what someone is willing to pay. Therefore, the date alone should not be used to claim that an ordinary 2003 Irish 10-cent coin is extremely valuable. The year 2003 also has historical significance in the development of Irish euro coinage. Ireland had only recently changed from the Irish pound, or punt, to the euro in physical cash. During 2002, the Irish public was becoming accustomed to the new euro coins and notes, while the old Irish currency was being withdrawn. The central bank's annual report for 2002 records a substantial number of euro coins issued during the first year of physical euro circulation and notes that the withdrawal of Irish banknotes and coins was continuing. Consequently, a 2003 dated Irish 10-cent piece represents an early stage of Ireland's transition into the euro currency system. For collectors, the condition or grade of a 2003 10-cent coin is extremely important. A coin that has spent years circulating through shops, vending machines, banks, and people's pockets will normally show scratches, small contact marks, surface wear, and loss of the original luster. Such a coin is generally described as circulated. A coin that has very little or no evidence of circulation can be described as uncirculated, although professional grading systems divide this condition into more precise levels. The highest quality examples may have strong original luster, sharp details, clean surfaces, and minimal contact marks. When evaluating an Irish 10-cent coin, collectors should look carefully at the harp, the lettering, the stars, the denomination, and the raised design elements because these areas show whereas a coin circulates. The Celtic Harp deserves special attention because it is the most important part of the Irish national design. The harp has been associated with Ireland for centuries and has become one of the country's most recognizable cultural. The next top, the Spanish 10 euro cent coin dated 2005, showing Espa, Cervantes, M, and 2005, is a standard circulating euro coin from Spain's first-generation euro coin series. It is especially recognizable because its national side carries the portrait of Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, one of the most important writers in Spanish and world literature, and the author of Don Quixote. The official Banco de España confirms that Spain selected Cervantes for the national designs of its 10, 20, and 50-cent coins, with a design for these denominations created by engraver Begoña Castellanos. The coin has a face value of 10 cents, meaning 10 euro cents, and although the date is 2005, it is not itself a commemorative coin. It is part of Spain's normal circulating coinage. This distinction is important because Spain also issued a separate 2 euro commemorative coin in 2005, celebrating the 400th anniversary of the first edition of Don Quixote. The 10-cent coin simply uses Cervantes as Spain's regular national motif for the denomination. On the obverse or Spanish national side, the bust of Miguel de Cervantes appears toward the right side of the design. To the left is the inscription Cervantes, arranged in a curved form next to a stylized quill pen, an appropriate symbol for a famous author. Above the principal design is Espa, identifying the issuing country, while the year 2005 appears below the portrait. Near the date is the Spanish mint mark M, which identifies the real Casa de la Moneda, Fábrica Nacional de Moneda y Timbre in Madrid. Spanish legislation describes the design in essentially these terms. Cervantes appears at the center right. His name is placed beside a stylized feather. Espa is above. The mint mark is beside the year, and 12 European stars surround the composition. The M is therefore extremely important when identifying the coin. It does not mean Miguel, Madrid, as a word printed on the coin or a special variety by itself. It is a mint mark associated with Spain's Madrid mint. Collectors commonly describe the piece as something like Spain 10 euro cent 2005 M, and catalog references identify it as KM number 1043. A catalog listing gives the coin specifications as approximately 19.75 millimeters in diameter, for 0.10 grams in weight, and 1.93 millimeters thick, with a reeded or ribbed edge and a Nordic gold-type copper-colored alloy. The official Spanish mint, Fábrica Nacional de Moneda y Timbre, Real Casa de la Moneda, also lists the 2005 10-cent coin at 4.10 grams and 19.75 millimeters. The warm golden yellow appearance sometimes makes people mistake this coin for a gold coin, but it is not made of precious gold. The 10-cent denomination belongs to a golden-colored group of euro coins, and its metal composition is an industrial coin alloy designed for durability, recognition, and reliable operation in vending and payment systems. The official Spanish description specifies a yellow-gold appearance for the 10, 20, and 50-cent coins. Turning to the reverse, the design is the common euro side used by the participating euro countries during the first design period. At the right is the large numeral 10, clearly indicating the denomination, with euro cent below it. On the left are several vertical lines with the 12 European stars and a representation of the European continent. The initials LL appear on the right side near the edge. These are the initials of Luc Luix, the designer of the common European side of the euro coins. Because your coin is dated 2005, its common side belongs to the original map design. This is an interesting historical point. The European Union had enlarged from 15 to 25 member states in 2004, and on June 7, 2005, the European authorities decided that the common designs of the 10, 20, and 50-cent coins, as well as the €1 and €2 coins, would eventually be changed so that the map represented all EU member states. The new common designs began appearing from 2007. Therefore, a Spanish 10-cent coin dated 2005 has the earlier common side map, rather than the later post-2007 map. The 12 stars surrounding the Spanish national design are another important feature. They represent the European Union and are part of the standard national side requirements for euro coins. The stars do not mean that the coin was issued in a particular month or that there were 12 countries in the euro area at the time. They are a symbolic European element. On the Spanish 10-cent design, 4 of the stars have a distinctive incuse treatment in the crown-like area surrounding the central composition, a feature specified in the original Spanish coin design. The presence of Cervantes on the 10-cent coin has a strong cultural meaning. Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, who lived from approximately 1547 to 1616, is most famous internationally for Don Quixote, one of the foundational works of modern Western literature. Spain chose his portrait for the 3 middle denominations, 10, 20, and 50 cents, as a representation of the universality of the man and his work. The European Central Bank specifically describes Cervantes as the father of Spanish literature and explains that his image on these coins symbolizes the universal character of Cervantes and his work. This means that the 2005 10-cent coin is interesting not only as money, but also as a small piece of Spanish cultural history. The portrait connects everyday European currency with Spain's literary heritage. A person could spend this coin for a small purchase without realizing that the national side is carrying the likeness of an author whose work has had an enormous influence on literature worldwide. The inscription Cervantes makes the identification particularly straightforward, while the quill reinforces the literary theme. The year 2005 also gives the coin an interesting historical context, because it was a year in which the world was marking the 400th anniversary of the first publication of Part 1 of Don Quixote. Spain's first commemorative €2 coin was dedicated to Cervantes and Don Quixote that year, with an approved production of 8 million pieces. However, it is important not to confuse that commemorative €2 coin with the ordinary 10-cent coin. Your 10-cent 2005 Cervantes M is a normal circulation denomination, even though its date coincides with the Cervantes anniversary celebrations. The production figures also help explain why an ordinary 2005 Spanish 10-cent coin is generally not a rare coin simply because it carries the date 2005. One catalog records approximately 321,300,000 pieces, when the circulation, BU/set, and heavily the next top. The Spanish 10 cent coin dated 2009 is a regular circulation coin from Spain and is one of the most recognizable Spanish euro coins because it features the famous Spanish writer Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, the author of Don Quixote. This particular type was issued from 2007 to 2009 during the reign of King Juan Carlos I, and the 2009 example is the final regular circulating year of this design. The official Spanish mint, the Fábrica Nacional de Moneda y Timbre, Real Casa de la Moneda, FNMT, confirms that the 10-cent coin carries a bust of Miguel de Cervantes on the national side. The coin has a face value of 10 cents, meaning 10 euro cents. Its denomination is relatively small, but its historical and cultural importance is much greater than its monetary value. The 2009 Spanish 10-cent coin was struck in Nordic gold, an alloy containing approximately 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc, and 1% tin. Despite its name, Nordic gold does not contain actual gold. The name refers to the characteristic golden yellow appearance of the alloy. The coin weighs approximately 4.10 grams, has a diameter of 19.75 millimeters, and is about 1.93 millimeters thick. Its edge is milled or indented, giving it a textured surface that also helps people distinguish it by touch from other denominations. The obverse, or Spanish national side, is dominated by the portrait of Miguel de Cervantes. Cervantes is shown facing forward, and his portrait occupies the central right portion of the design. To the left of his portrait is a stylized quill pen, an artistic reference to his career as a writer. Beside the quill is the word Cervantes, identifying the person represented. Above the portrait appears the name Espa, meaning Spain. Below the portrait is the year 2009, identifying the year associated with the coin. Close to the date is the Madrid mint mark, represented by the crown M, indicating that the coin was produced at the Royal Mint of Madrid. The design is surrounded by the 12 stars associated with the European Union. The official Spanish legislation describing the national design states that the 10, 20, and 50-cent coins show Cervantes on the right, the name Cervantes beside a stylized feather, Espa above, and the year and mint mark beneath the bust. The M, mint mark, is particularly important for collectors. It identifies the Royal Mint of Madrid, or Real Casa de la Moneda de Madrid. On this type of Spanish euro coin, the mint mark appears as a crowned M. Therefore, if your coin clearly shows a portrait of Cervantes, the word Espa, the date 2009, and the crown M, it matches the standard Spanish 10-cent design for that year. Numismatic references catalog the coin as KM number 1070, while Numist identifies it as the first type of the Second Common European Map and gives the Madrid Mint as the issuing mint. The choice of Miguel de Cervantes is highly appropriate for Spanish coinage because he is regarded as one of the most important writers in the Spanish language. Cervantes was born in the 16th century and is traditionally associated with the dates September 29th, 1547 to April 22nd, 1616. His most famous work is Don Quixote, originally published in two parts, in 1605 and 1615. The novel became one of the most influential works in world literature. His portrait on Spanish circulation coins therefore represents not only an individual author, but also Spain's enormous contribution to European and world culture. The design also has an interesting connection with the European Union. The 12 stars around the national side are a common European symbol. They do not represent 12 member countries. Rather, the 12-star circle is a symbol of European unity. The Spanish national design combines this European symbolism with a distinctly Spanish cultural figure. The result is a coin that communicates two identities at the same time: Spain as a nation and Spain as a member of the European monetary system. The reverse of the coin is not uniquely Spanish. Like other euro circulation coins, it carries the common European design used for the denomination during that period. On the right side is a denomination with the number 10, followed by the words euro cent. On the left is a map representing Europe, accompanied by the 12 stars and vertical lines. The initials LL appear on the reverse. These initials belong to Luc Luix, the Belgian designer responsible for the common side of the euro coins. The Spanish government's description of the design specifically notes the denomination on the right, the European map on the left, the 12 stars, and the engraver's initials LL. One interesting detail of the Spanish Cervantes design is the arrangement of the stars. The stars surrounding Cervantes are not merely decorative. They reinforce the coin status as a euro circulation coin and visually connect the national Spanish side with the common European side. The quill and Cervantes inscription, meanwhile, immediately established the national and cultural identity of the coin. The 2009 date is important because it belongs to the final year of this particular Spanish 10-cent design. Spain used Cervantes' design on its 10, 20, and 50-cent coins from 2007 through 2009. Thus, a 2009 Cervantes 10-cent piece is part of a 3-year design period. Numismatic catalogs list the 2009 coin under the Spanish euro issues of Juan Carlos I and identify the Madrid Mint. According to published cataloging information, approximately 151,327,500 pieces of the standard 2009 Spanish 10-cent coin were produced. This is a very large quantity. Consequently, the ordinary circulated coin is generally considered common rather than rare. For collectors, this is an important point. The age of a coin alone does not make it valuable. A coin from 2009 is now more than 15 years old, but millions of examples were made, so normal worn specimens generally remain inexpensive. Foronum similarly classifies the coin as common and reports a market range around 9 cents to 16 cents, depending on condition. Nemista's catalog provides another useful comparison. Its records show a mintage of approximately 151.3275 million for the 2009 circulation issue, while separate quantities were produced for collector quality BU and proof sets. The catalog gives indicative values based on user assessments and sales data and warns that such figures are only indications rather than guaranteed buying or selling prices. This distinction between an ordinary circulation coin and a collector quality, the next top. The 2009 Slovakia 10 euro cent coin is an important coin in the history of Slovak currency because 2009 was the first year in which Slovakia used the euro as its official currency. Slovakia adopted the euro on January 1st, 2009, replacing the Slovak koruna, and the new Slovak euro coins entered circulation from that date. The 10 euro cent coin therefore represents not only a small denomination of everyday money, but also an important stage in Slovakia's economic and European history. The coin has a face value of 10 cents, or 10 euro cents, and it belongs to the standard circulating euro coin series of Slovakia. The Slovak national side features Bratislava Castle, one of the country's most recognizable historical landmarks, while the common European side follows the standard euro design used by euro area countries. Official European documentation describing Slovakia's euro designs confirms that the 10, 20, and 50-cent coins use Bratislava Castle as their principal national motif. The physical specifications of the 2009 Slovak 10-cent coin are quite distinctive. It has a diameter of 19.75 millimeters, a weight of 4.1 grams, and a thickness of 1.93 millimeters. It is round in shape and has a milled or reeded edge with approximately 40 indentations. The coin is made from an alloy known as Nordic gold, which is not actually gold. Nordic gold consists of approximately 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc, and 1% tin. This alloy gives the coin its characteristic golden yellow appearance and provides good resistance to wear and corrosion. The same basic material is used for the 10, 20, and 50-cent denominations throughout the euro system. Numismatic references record these exact dimensions, weight, and composition for the Slovak 10-cent coin. The national or obverse side of the Slovak 10-cent coin is especially interesting from a historical and architectural point of view. At the center is an image of Bratislava Castle, shown from a viewpoint that presents the castle as a prominent historical structure above the Slovak capital. Bratislava Castle stands on a hill overlooking the Danube and has been one of the major symbols of Bratislava and Slovakia for centuries. By placing the castle on the 10-cent coin, Slovakia selected a landmark that could immediately communicate national identity to people using the coin throughout the euro area. The design is surrounded by the familiar circle of 12 five-pointed stars, representing the European Union and the European identity of the euro currency. The national side also includes the Slovak coat of arms, the name Slovensko, and the year 2009. The word Slovensko is the Slovak name for Slovakia. Its appearance on the coin is important because each euro area country is permitted to place its own national identity on one side of its circulating euro coins. Although the reverse side of the coin is shared throughout the euro area, The national side allows individual countries to display national symbols, monuments, historical figures, or other important cultural themes. In the Slovak design, the choice of Bratislava Castle connects the modern European currency with the country's architectural and historical heritage. The year 2009 below the castle is particularly significant because it identifies the first year of Slovak euro circulation. The designers of the Slovak 10-cent coin were Jan Cernic and Pavel Karoli. Their initials appear on the national side in the form of identifying marks near the inscription and other elements of the design. The common reverse side was designed by Luc Luix, a Belgian coin designer whose initials, LL, appear on the common euro side. The combination of Slovak national design and a common European reverse demonstrates one of the most interesting features of euro coinage. Every coin simultaneously represents an individual member state and the wider European monetary system. The reverse side of the coin is a common euro design used for the 10-cent denomination. It displays the denomination 10, with the words euro cent underneath, while a map representing Europe appears on the left side. Behind and around the map are parallel lines terminating in stars. The design was created for the common side of the euro coins and is therefore not unique to Slovakia. When a Slovak 10-cent coin circulates in France, Germany, Spain, Italy, or another euro area country, its common side is immediately recognizable as a euro coin even though its national side identifies Slovakia. This dual identity is one of the central ideas behind euro coinage. The 12 stars surrounding the national side should not be confused with a representation of 12 individual countries. They are a symbolic element of the European flag and appear around the national designs of euro coins. Slovakia's national side therefore combines three major ideas: the historic identity of the country through Bratislava Castle, the modern identity of Slovakia through the inscription Slovensko, and its European identity through the 12 stars. The result is a relatively small coin that carries a considerable amount of symbolic information. The Kremika mint, known in Slovak as Minkovna Kremika, produced Slovakia's euro coins. Kremika has an exceptionally long history of coin production and is one of Europe's historically important mints. The mint mark on Slovak euro coins identifies the production facility. For collectors, the mint mark is useful because it helps confirm the origin of the coin and distinguish Slovak euro coinage from the coinage of other euro area countries. Numismatic references identify Kremika as the mint associated with the Slovak 10-cent coin. The year 2009 is particularly important when studying this coin's mintage. According to the annual report of the Národná banka Slovenska, Slovakia minted 74,799,975 10-cent coins, bearing the 2009 year mark, with a total face value of approximately 7,479,997 euros and 50 cents. This is an official figure reported by Slovakia's central bank. Other numismatic catalogs may present the total differently because they sometimes separate circulation pieces, uncirculated pieces, and proof/set issues, or round the number to approximately 74.8 million pieces. One catalog, for example, gives a total 2009 mintage of about 74.8 million, including circulation and collector/set quantities. Therefore, if you are recording the coin in a collection, it is sensible to describe its 2009 production as approximately 74.8 million coins, while noting that official and catalog figures can differ slightly according to counting methodology.